Hello everyone, and welcome to some more Elden Ring invasions. Patch 1.10 just dropped this past week, and personally I've been loving it. So we're going to showcase what's kind of been changing and what's going on with this Faith Caster build. Like the big change that people have probably already talked about is kind of passive poison going out the window and hyper armor coming in. And as you can see, a good demonstration of this is him being able to poise through Flame Strike there. And this guy's really nice, so I decided to keep that in because that's a good showcase of hyper armor. But I've really been enjoying the changes, and I've been having a lot of fun with this Rune level 150 caster build. And we've got some funny things to show you. And here we're going to show one of the funniest things probably in the game is environmental kills. Now, these giant frost columns are very deadly. Like, if you casually in PvE first time running into one of these things, or just from lag or mistiming, that you just get obliterated by them. And because I have lots of giant AoE attacks, it's just I'm very scary sometimes, or one would think. So Host rolls back and dies to the frost, which is wonderful success. And the Phantom is very angry that I was successful. Yeah, I've been loving the giant area of effect stuff. Now here, this is a really awesome showcase of. I'm kind of a support caster build, and I have a co-invader. They just looking at them with the mushroom stuff and Zweihander for a weapon, like I'm reasonably confident that they know what's up. Their melee build, they're already in there, and even though they got hit, I can free aim and they can get off the side, and I can cut off the. I was able to cut off the host from trying to follow up for the 2v1, and that's part of why I really love Blasphemous Blade. Is it's just utility to take up space. So even though I probably don't have the most effective stat distribution or build here, what I love about it is I'm just able to support my co-invader here, who I didn't even notice I had the Rockeries there, dang, like, this poor guy. This was like the best invasion stuff possible for me, simultaneously coming into a co-invader for just like a 90-degree flank, and then just, yeah, that was an awesome showcase of what support casting and just area control can do. And here is going to be a little bit more of that. Now, I'm not entirely sure how fast these guys are moving, so I'm going to run up real fast to try and see if I can get them off of a ledge. However, they're not on the. They notice. They know that I'm here, and I have perfect aim for this statue's head rather than being able to knock them off. But I do have a few tricks up my sleeve. The glintstone. I forget what it is, but like the one you can buy from the shop. Those are just really easy to burst in bubbles. I have Death Lightning for an awesome AoE, and then the follow-up with Taker's Flames just obliterated that Phantom. Now, Death Lightning, I've found, is really fun. It is a little bit random, but you have the chance of, for the people who respect Death Lightning, you'll get some space in order to heal up, plan your next move. By Phantom, I love giant fireballs, and by me, I consider that one a really nice. I considered that one a win in my book, though. I got 2 Phantoms down of a 3-man, and yeah. And here is going to be a really interesting duel. But I guess what I was saying with Death Lightning is, if people are cautious potentially of the Death Lightning of the Death Blight proc, they'll give you space. But if they don't respect that, well, they could potentially get Death Blighted, but more likely they just get hit with a really powerful lightning attack. This guy is very eager to fight me. And also another thing from the patch, due to the hyper armor change and also just the crazy poise damage, axes are awesome. Like I liked the warped axe before the patch, but now it just seems like one of my go-to things. And knowing that this Phantom was quite eager to fight, and I was just I'm not ashamed to have artillery support because he attacked me before I was able to wave. And Bestial Slaying, although it's not great for like busting people out of attacks because of the poise damage increase of all the spells, you have your little like cantrip spells like Bestial Slaying that are just nice and fast. Like they can just like knock somebody out of something, and I have some extra mind on this build, so I can kind of use it in place of just like a fan daggers with a little bit more spread. Great swords are really powerful with all the hyper, and this guy is wearing a lot of armor, and with the Storm Ashes of War, like he can do a lot of damage. But I have these nice little tiny walls and a little bit of artillery to support, so it's kind of a duel, but at the same time I do have a little bit of an advantage here with the artillery, just keeping him off of me so I can cast. Now, in this next part, I have for my offhand, I have a small shield, and I'm like, ooh, I can probably parry this. So I pull out a parry shield, and my goodness, is that a scary thing, because I have carry and retaliation. Not that it triggers off of the wind, but it's scary because I can potentially parry him. So in this part, I was just like, wow, I'm so mean, just casually walking forward at you with a tiny shield. Like, I'm not spamming guard because I'm not gonna just like I'm not gonna taunt this guy. He knows what he's doing. Like, he's a little eager to fight, but also too that there might not be as many friendly invaders. Hone Bolt is just still really good. I know there's probably a lot of sour stuff from the Liurnia ganks, especially in the days of when if you were around at 1.05, I think it was, where you could like chain cast rocks into lightning, and yeah, that's Death Lightning. It's just a relatively fast cast, lots of damage, kind of out of nowhere, kind of unexpected. Love it. It is performing really well, and also this is like one of the few honest Fire's Deadly Sin things that I've seen. Like, there's no glitch, nothing. It's just a Melina cosplay, double daggers, and she's on fire like she is in the lore after throwing herself out of the cauldron. And yeah, I try to parry Fire's Deadly Sin to see if I can get daggers. It didn't work, but love the cosplay. There's a co-invader making sure that there's not any BS happening. That was just some really nice duels and a really good cosplay from the host. This one I just find funny because the host is here and they're letting their phantoms fight a putrid avatar. I have Urge Tree heal, and I was thinking towards the end that I might try and heal the boss, but either it's far enough in and these guys are just powerful enough that unfortunately I am not able to help the field boss, and the commemorative shield wiggle of got him. Even though it was just the boss, I thought that was fun. That was just a neat little one because it's not often you get to invade with field bosses. And this guy, I'm just like, don't spam magic, have giant fire to your face. And fortunately the axe wasn't able to reach there, and I probably shouldn't jump into the rot, as you see at the end, but I'm just like, I can probably hit this guy with that, and the panic rolls kind of saved him because I'm not the best at roll catching with that. And now I'm down here in a giant pile of rot with a putrid an ulcerated tree spirit, but it's the rot form of it. And here, unfortunately, I just take enough damage and the rot just kills me. However, due to my very nice help here, as you can see, the mage gets obliterated. Worth it. And again, I'm just having a great time just throwing fireballs, having AoE effects. Like, is this the most effective build? Probably not. There's probably a better way to make it. There are stronger things, but I like that the increased poise damage allows you to one-hand weapons and just like actually hit people. I have enough intelligence for the triple rings just because it's just really good area coverage. It does a lot of damage if people don't respect the golden donuts, and it's just a nice thing. And as you probably see if you watched any of the previous invasions, you know that Blasphemous Blade is one of my favorite weapons. I just love it for the area control options. Here, I just hurl a fireball for fun, see if I hit anybody up there, take some damage. Here, I know if the Phantom or the Host gets too close in multiplayer, this dragon actually disappears, and so does all of the lightning. So I know all of my support is coming from the birds. This Phantom actually is really good at following me up and hits me out of the jump. Here I'm trying to run, he's behind me, and he does get me in the ankle. However, when you're gloating, you do need to pay attention to cliffs. GG Phantom, though, that was just really funny that you fell off the edge. It was deserved. And here, sometimes you just get unlucky stuff where you're in the end game area and you just gotta do the best with what you have against a 3-man. We're in a tight corridor. There's 3 people. There's not really much that... It's hard fighting 3 people when you don't have any room to maneuver. So I admit that, you know, I invade a decent amount. I sometimes also fall prey to the mash L2 and pray, because there's not much. Like, if I was better at parrying, sure that I might be able to do something kind of crazy here, but with no notice and also just trying to take care of the host before they go after Radagon, just mashing Taker's Flames to try and hit all of them is probably the best thing that I can do at this point, at least with this build. Maybe the Death Lightning would have been a little bit better. I think I was attempting to try and pull this off, but I got some R1s off, and yeah, I lost, but I feel like I ate a lot of their flasks before they go for the final boss, so I'll take that as I did well, and I gave him a rough time. Now this, I love this one here. I'm just changing off of fire damage for holy damage, just so I don't get a reduction from the rain and the other water. This is our final invasion in this video, and it showcases just how dangerous this build is when it works. See, Death Lightning, just being able to control areas is really powerful. And triple rings is awesome here because I'm just able to throw golden donuts around, and yeah, that guy took a ton of damage from it. The Ardovis is an amazing great sword. I've got a little support here. Always respect the power drill. And here, just grab some lightning. Poor guy. But yeah, I'm loving the patch. Not always the most successful build, but tons of fun. So thank you all so much, and I'll catch you in the next one for some more invasions. Thanks, everybody.